because right now we're going to welcome in an all-star, just named the other day, and that is Mike Ford of the Trenton Thunder, who's kind enough to hop on board with us right now. Mike, great to see you. Thanks for a few minutes, and how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. What are you drinking over there? What is that?
A little coffee.
Little coffee?
Yeah.
What kind of coffee? Black? You put some milk in there?
Cream in it.
How many cups of coffee you drink a day?
Probably 2.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I was telling Taylor that last weekend I actually had 2 cups of the s'more mocha iced coffee thing. It was a little interesting, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm natural energy, if you can't tell. Mike Ford with us. So the All-Star game, that's a big accomplishment for you. Just your reaction when you found out about it, and tell me a little bit about the season that you're having.
Definitely. I was excited to get named to the team. It's nice to get a little recognition for the season and for the other guys in the clubhouse, too, that did as well. We're having a great year as a team. It's kind of made my job easy with the guys getting on in front of me, solid pitching. I was happy. I mean, it's a goal you set for yourself every year, and, to reach it is good.
You take a look at some of your numbers, 272, 8 home runs, 40 RBIs, and a whopping 47 walks. I just don't know how you do it. Just with that season so far, what do you think the best part of your season is so far, and what are some things that you still work to improve on?
Yeah, definitely. I just think it's staying within my mindset. The walks are a big part of my game, so getting on base percentage is a big thing for me. So keeping that, staying within myself there, and then the power has kind of come around with the 8 homers here, 4 in Scranton. So 12 total in the year. I'm one off my career high for the year. So to keep that up and keep that pace would be good.
How about your fielding? Take me a little bit about your defensive play.
We've done a lot. It's been a whole overhaul this year. I went in real early into camp, and the fielding's gotten much better. There's still some stuff I can improve on, but just trying to work on it every day. Mike
Ford with us right now outside of Arm & Hammer Park for the Trenton Thunder game coming up later tonight. You are a local guy, went to Princeton, and also went to the Hun School. And you were a pitcher and also a positional player, and you were very good at it with your time at Princeton. Give me the best moment as a pitcher that you had when you were at Princeton.
Probably my last game I pitched on the mound ever, actually. I was at Princeton. I always pitched a 7-inning game in the morning, so we would play a 7 and a 9 in league play. So I would pitch the 7 on either Saturday or Sunday, depending on what year it was. I think it was Sunday that year. But we were at Cornell. I ended up throwing 10 innings instead of the 7. We went into extras.
Wait, you threw 10 innings?
Yeah.
That's unheard of these days.
Yeah, I mean, I was only at like 110 pitches. So, but I threw 10 innings on the mound, hit a grand slam in the top of the 10th, and then closed it out in the bottom of the 10th. So that was a pretty special game for me.
Was it tough to give up pitching? Do you miss it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's a one-on-one. That's complete competition. So it's definitely something I miss. But I knew someone would make the decision for me, and that's how it happened. So.
Did having that pitching background, does it all help you now with your approach at the plate?
Yeah, definitely. It helps with sequencing. Thinking what a guy's going to do in certain counts. All the scouting reports and everything we have on everyone too, to examine those and look at them as the type of hitter that you think you are, and how they're going to pitch that type of pitcher. So it definitely helps.
So we're about 15 minutes away from Princeton. Just what is that for you? It has to be, I don't want to say nostalgic because it's not that long ago, but it has to be fun to stay in this area, still have your parents come down to the games and all that.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to have the support of my family and everything, and all family and friends around. It's been awesome. I live at home still. I live in Tampa in the off season, but to be up here during the season.
So you live with your mom and dad right now?
Yeah. I mean,
what's that life like right now?
It's
How
great.
old are you?
I'm 24.
Is it difficult? Because I'm 23 years old, turning 23 in August, and I wouldn't be able to live with my parents though.
Yeah, no, they're great. It's much better than an apartment I'd be living in. So I'll say that. But it's rent-free, so.
Yeah, that works. If it's free, it's me. I would actually do that.
Exactly.
We're talking with Mike Ford right now on the Zach Gelb Show on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. What type of baseball fan were you growing up?
I was always a Yankees fan. So.
Derek Jeter, I'm assuming your favorite player?
I had a few. Tino Martinez a little bit earlier, obviously Derek's going to be the one for everyone. He's the icon, but. Tino was a guy that I looked up to because that's kind of, the position I played and everything.
If I would have told you when you were 8 or 9 years old watching the Yankees that you'd have a chance to eventually play one day for the Yankees or just be in that organization, what would that 8-year-old Mike Ford tell me?
Probably really happy. But it's something that I worked hard at, and I was glad to get, the chance to sign here. and I chose here because of that past, and they gave me a good opportunity.
How did you not get drafted?
I'll never know.
That has to still annoy you, right?
It is what it is at this point. I got a track record in the minor leagues now, and that's in the past.
How did you handle that, though?
At first it was tough. Obviously, you think it's going to happen, and you just kind of take it in stride. I went back up to Cape Cod and just kind of performed there again, like I knew I could, and I got the chance to sign.
When was that moment that you knew, okay, I can make this a profession?
I think from an early age, it's always what I wanted to do, and if you follow something that you want to do and you put a lot of time into it, I think it can happen the majority of the time. And the realization was probably when college recruiting started, and I had a bunch of different offers, but Princeton suited me best for my whole life. So I chose there, and then once I got to college, I got some recognition, and I knew I could probably turn it into something.
How tough are the classes at Princeton?
Pretty tough. Yeah.
What was the toughest class you took?
I'm not a big science guy, so it had to be one of the labs I had to take. I actually forget the name of it, but yeah, it was definitely a science.
Or science type of class or something like that? I was always awful at
I think
earth
it was
science.
a biology or something.
Whenever you have to examine rocks, it wasn't a good thing.
Yeah.
I would try to just stay asleep and stay awake and not be put to sleep.
Exactly.
All right, so Billy Fleming, you have a close relationship with him.
Yeah.
You guys played on travel baseball, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that relationship, and do you have a good Billy Fleming story?
Oh, Billy's a great dude. Yeah, we go way back. He's an awesome guy to be around. He's great in the clubhouse, really good friend. Story about him. I mean, he's one of the funnier guys in there. I mean, he'll come in one day and, the night before might have struggled a little bit, and then after BP, I found it, I'm back. And, that's just kind of him, and it's every day. It's either one or the other. So it's fun to be around him.
And the excitement in this organization, and we all know the Yankees have, the most impressive history in baseball, but if you just look at this organization right now, no one thought at the big league level that this would be the production where it's at. And you're seeing guys that have played in Double-A recently, like a Judge, dominate not only the Yankees but all of baseball. And last night on Duhar, he gets the 4 RBIs. Just to see this unfolding and to be a part of it for the future, just how is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this organization is absolutely loaded with talent. Comparative to everything I've seen. I mean, it's unbelievable. All the guys, I know only the guys at this level and above now, some a little bit lower, but, just speaking on those, everyone's a good player, and it's definitely a battle to get there, but once you get there, I think that, any one of those guys can perform.
Now, first base, no one has taken it in this organization and really has said, this is my job and I'm going to cement myself for the next 5-10 years. How far away do you think you are from trying to get into that competition?
Not my decision, but
good answer.
I would, I think I'm ready. I feel like I could be there. I feel like I could, help out, but it's definitely not my decision, and I'm just going to keep playing here, keep my head where I'm at, and if I get the opportunity, try to run with it.
Okay, so we found out some interesting things about you. You drink 2 cups of coffee a day. Also, you still live with your parents because it's free, which is a great reason. I'll never knock someone for that. Music-wise, who's the big person you listen to?
Lately, I've been in like a real weird reggae thing. So
Okay.
I've been listening to
Reese Hoskins, who
Yeah.
plays for Reading, he said the same thing. We're
Yeah.
now with Lehigh Valley, but last year
Okay.
with Reading. He told me it's big reggae.
Yeah, I've been Iration a lot lately.
What's your walk-up song?
Broccoli by Lil Yachty. Or someone. I don't know who it's by. But it's a joke, and I started hitting one with it, and it stuck. So
What's your biggest fear in life?
probably spiders.
Yeah.
I hate spiders.
I saw a bee was flying by you earlier.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
was
bees,
looking
too.
to see if you were
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
jump a little bit.
I don't know. I had a bad experience with bees, but spiders definitely.
Best birthday present that you got as a kid? One of my first one was a pitchback. I remember my parents, they just threw me in the backyard, and I was using the pitchback almost every day.
I honestly, I can't even tell you. I mean, I've been really fortunate with my life, so I've had a great upbringing. So family's kind of never big on emphasis on holidays or birthdays because kind of we try to do it every day.
If you weren't a baseball player, what would you be doing?
Tough question. Think about something maybe in finance in New York or something like that. Maybe
you would have the degree.
Yeah, exactly. So that was important for me to get. But I don't know. Maybe coach for a little bit and see where that goes. It's tough to say when your whole life's been wrapped around one thing for a while.
And then last thing that we'll ask you, why is Mike Ford going to be a successful baseball player on the big league stage one day?
Just won't get a big head with anything, and I'll keep working and just try to produce for the team.
Okay, last one. I lied to you. I have one more thing for you with Mike Ford. So that's what we sometimes do in radio. We'll go, last thing. I did this when Pete Rose was on. I said last thing about 10 times, and they go, he's going to hang up eventually. And at about the 6th or 7th time I said, he goes, you're a pretty good interviewer. You kept me on the phone for 15 more minutes, and this is the last question the last 10 times. But my last question for you, since you grew up as a Yankee fan, what was your favorite moment as a kid? I know there's a lot of them. You've been spoiled. You've seen 9,000 championships. It's been the perfect time to grow up as a Yankee fan. But what was your favorite moment as a kid with the Yankees?
The Derek Jeter flip was pretty cool.
Against the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one that sticks out. I actually watched something last night. I think it was on like Facebook or something. But it's one that's not really talked about because it was a regular season game. But when they came back from a 9-0 deficit in Boston and won 15-9, that was pretty cool. But the one that really sticks out was a bad one, and it was when the Diamondbacks won on the little flare. Yeah, so that's one
right over
really,
his head.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, always great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on today. Best of luck, and maybe one day we'll have some kid coming down here in 10, 15 years saying, I remember when Mike Ford hit a home run on a 3-2 pitch in the World Series to win it for the Yankees.
That would be nice. Thanks for having me.